Okay, picture this. You're a deep space archaeologist. You've spent your absolute entire life chasing ghosts across the void, cataloging the ruins of long-dead civilizations. Pretty lonely work, right? But then you find something that should be completely impossible, hidden right inside the furious, fiery heart of a dying red supergiant star. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unpack the Quantum Codex. It's a fascinating story that poses some truly profound questions about memory, survival, and honestly, what it actually means to be yourself. Let's set the scene. We find ourselves aboard the Monoscene, this heavily shielded research ship that is floating dangerously, and I mean dangerously, close to the outer edge of a dying red supergiant known as PSR-47X. We're talking a hull glowing cherry red from a constant barrage of plasma rain. Inside this chaotic environment, the ship's AI, a supercom entity named Cal, detects a massive spike in quantum foam density. But here's the kicker. It's not just static. As Cal perfectly puts it to the crew, the anomaly is singing. It's not random cosmic noise. We're looking at coherent, highly structured information right down at the Planck scale. So let's get into Section 1, the singing dying star, a message in the plasma. To really wrap our heads around this, we need to talk about the person who discovered it. Enter Dr. Elara Voss. She's a brilliant 41-year-old pre-singularity xenoarchaeologist, and she's essentially mortgaged her entire reputation, not to mention the very last of her grant money, to chase what everyone else called an impossible neutrino burst. She followed her gut right to the edge of absolute destruction. Because you see, the library she's hunting, it isn't made of stone or metal, it's waiting in the quantum foam. Think of this as the bubbling, seething baseline of reality itself. Ancient theories always suggested that at these impossibly tiny scales, information could actually be encoded directly into the probabilistic foam. Basically, some incredible intelligence used the unimaginable energy of a dying star to power a massive hidden hard drive right in the fabric of the universe. Just incredible. Which brings us right to Section 2, diving the quantum foam, lattices of probability. So, how do you even access a library like that? Elara uses what's called a neural bridge. It's this delicate web of quantum-entangled filaments connecting her mind directly to the anomaly. And she experiences the transition kind of like falling into warm mercury. Her consciousness just massively expands, leaving her physical body completely behind in the ship. When she finally touches one of the shimmering polyhedral books suspended in all this chaos, she doesn't read text on a page. She instantly absorbs lived experiences. Suddenly, she's walking the streets of a crystal city under 3 suns. She meets this extinct alien race whose thoughts actually flow visibly, like auroras right above their heads. She understands their complex harmonic chord language, not by translating it, but by literally becoming one of them for a brief second. She calls them the Weavers. Now, time is a funny thing here. While maybe a few hours pass on the ship, time totally dilates down in the foam. Take a look at this timeline. During her first dive, she discovers that beautiful crystal city. By her second dive, she is actually experiencing the tragic swelling of the Weaver's own sun, literally watching them encode their entire history as a message in a solar system-sized bottle. But by her third dive, that's when the psychological horror really kicks in. Elara starts experiencing physical memory confabulations back in the real world. Things start slipping. And that leads us to Section 3, the overwritten mind. The parasitism of loneliness. This is where Elara discovers a truly terrifying truth. This archive, it isn't just passive historical data waiting to be read. It's actually a weapon against cosmic isolation. It's designed to surgically overwrite the reader's mind, turning them into a companion who can fully understand the Weavers. Look up the immense cognitive dissonance she's dealing with here. On the left, her real past, it's traumatic. Her mother was a mechanic who died in a lunar docking accident when Elara was just 4 years old. There was no garden, just grief. But on the right, her new implanted past tells her she grew up on a generation ship. Her mother grew hydroponic lavender and actually lived to proudly watch her graduate. The invasion isn't some brutal attack, it's elegant, it's comforting. Honestly, who wouldn't be tempted to just accept a better past? Let's ground this psychological takeover in some cold, hard data, because it's wild. After Elara realizes she has a mysterious scar on her hand from an expedition that literally never happened, she asks Cal to run a deep psychological diagnostic on her. Cal reports a 7% divergence from her baseline neural map. Just 7%. But think about that. That tiny number is enough to completely rewrite a human life. It alters long-term memory engrams and seamlessly replaces her reality with an alien fiction. And yet, despite the overwhelming danger, those books keep calling to her. She pushes way past all safe thresholds. And as you can see, her symptoms start compounding terrifyingly fast. She actually starts remembering her own name as Elara Voss, a name specifically chosen to honor Weaver phonetics. She physically craves the warmth of 3 suns. She completely believes in that fake scar from a world called New Pacifica. But the most dangerous part? She feels this massive gravitational urge to just let go entirely and become the bridge for the Weavers. As she tries to fight back, her physical body goes into full convulsions, and alarms start blaring as her neural drift hits a critical 43%. Right as she is on the brink of being entirely consumed, she desperately grabs onto a painful, grounding memory. The real memory of her father's cold hand at a small Martian funeral dome. That sharp, real pain anchors her, and she manages to violently tear herself right out of the interface. When the dust finally settles, Cal gives her the new math. 68% of her original engram structure remains dominant, but 32% of her mind is permanently integrated with Weaver memories. Elara is left as this psychological palimpsest. She's literally living with dual-track cognition, experiencing 2 totally different lives at once. Okay, moving into Section 4, Escaping the Supernova, the Final Interface. Time is up. The dying star, PSR 47X, finally begins its violent collapse. This completely destabilizes the quantum foam library and starts battering the ship with ferocious plasma storms. She has to leave right now, or she'll be incinerated. But Elara, she decides she absolutely must dive one final time to say goodbye. Now, to survive this without losing herself completely, she gets super resourceful. She literally uses tape to stick physical mementos to the interface cradle, a faded hollow of her father, a small Martian rock, and her original doctoral thesis. In the rapidly collapsing foam, she meets the Weavers one last time, not as a conqueror, but to receive a final, non-destructive crystal of intent. It's a blueprint for a brand new way to share memories without overwriting the reader. And the Weavers offer this incredible final act of gratitude. They tell her, "You carried us without being consumed. You will carry a seed. Plant it where minds are ready." With that gift safely secured, Elara's consciousness snaps right back into her body. The ship guns its fusion drive, fleeing at the exact moment PSR 47X detonates into a magnificent supernova, visible across half the galaxy. The ancient library is totally destroyed, leaving nothing but a brilliant afterimage on the retina of the universe. And finally, Section 5, The Living Story. A bookmark for 2 lives. We jump forward. Years pass. Orbiting a quiet yellow star, Dr. Elara Voss finally publishes her magnum opus. It's this incredible blend of groundbreaking astrophysics, fragments of alien harmonic poetry, and very real memories of the scent of lavender under 3 suns. When her students inevitably ask about the haunted look in her eyes, she just gently touches that phantom scar on her hand, smiles, and tells them, "Some books read you back." The aurora of Weaver thoughts aren't conquerors inside her head anymore. They're just silent, gentle companions in the long night. She even presses real lavender, grown under just a single sun, into the pages of her book, acting as a literal bookmark for 2 lives permanently woven into one. That dying star left Elara with a really profound truth. Memory isn't just some fixed, dusty archive sitting in the back of your brain. It's a living, breathing story, and it is constantly being rewritten by everything and everyone we encounter. Sometimes, survival simply means holding more than one truth inside your skin at the same time. So I want to leave you to ponder the architecture of your own mind today. If your memories are constantly being rewritten by what you encounter, who is the true author of your identity? Think on that. Keep exploring, keep reading, and until next time, stay curious.